What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me is Matt Reed, as always. And today we got something special. We're getting the realest, most truest form of Jordan Michelle on our way back from when we were young.
Woohoo!
Woohoo.
Yeah, this is definitely like the most uncurated vibe I could possibly deliver. So I hope that that's okay for you guys.
I love this
I
vibe.
love
You're bringing it. It's
Thank you.
great.
It's like the no makeup, a little hungover. Just I'm in Baker, California, in the Alien Fresh Jerky parking lot.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, just I was like, I need this drive it's only like 3 hours and 50 minutes, but there isn't reception the whole time. So I just tried to map it out where I was like, okay, I'm gonna have reception somewhere.
Smart. I mean, that's smart. So who were like other than Green Day, because you got that Green Day shirt on, so we know where your heart lies there. Who else did you want to see? Were you like super jazzed to see for this?
So, I mean, the thing is, like, looking at the When We Were Young lineup, especially for me, like, I was like the ultimate alt kid growing up.
Yeah.
It's like you look at it and you're just like you get jazzed over everybody. So, I was really excited to see Good Charlotte. I had never seen them, and they actually brought out Lil Wayne, which was a huge surprise.
I saw a lot of people made some guest appearances.
Yeah, they were calling it Guest Fest.
Nice.
I actually really wanted to see Bowling for Soup, and I was bummed that I didn't because they were on during Blink 182.
Yeah.
Also never seen, but and actually the only reason that Blink won that battle was because they were at the same stage as Green Day. So I was like, I'm just gonna reserve my spot.
Didn't even have to move.
So who else? Actually, the two others that I was most excited to see were the Plain White Tees and MXPX, who were also on right next to each other. But
Yeah.
I was so excited to see them because I'm working with Tom from the Plain White Tees currently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and funny enough, I've seen him live in like all of his side projects, but I had never been to a Tees show. So that was really cool. And then MXPX, I've been a fan of since I was like in 7th grade, but I actually was in one of their music videos this year.
Oh.
So I was like super jazzed to see them too. And then other than that, Motion City soundtrack was amazing. I was really excited about that. I don't know. Everyone was so good.
Everyone.
Yeah.
One of the things I saw that like had just a lot of people just raving about was Something Corporate, and man,
Something Corporate was amazing.
I would have been so happy to see that.
Yeah, like Punk Rock Princess is my favorite song. I'm like convinced it was about me, even though I was 12 now, so it's fine. But When We Were Young is a long day. It's like 95 degrees, so you have to skip a bunch of bands that you want to see because like you have to. It's a marathon, not a sprint,
Mm-hmm.
So like would have loved to see I mean last year also like I remember I skipped Census Fail, and like I love Census Fail. I've never seen them, but I was like it's like sweltering heat. I'm not going to make it till the end if I go in the sun right now.
I get it. Totally.
Yeah, and then somehow I actually made it to the emo night after party, which is problematic.
Yeah.
But
which is where you're at now.
that's why I'm driving back at what time? Like I don't even know what time it is. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still making my way back to LA.
That's okay. Take your time, especially if you got it.
That matters.
Absolutely. So we've done a good amount of talking about other bands, but let's talk about you. So you released your latest single, Pull Me Under, a couple weeks back. How's the response been so far, and what are you hoping listeners take away from this song?
So, it's really interesting. I keep saying like a lot of life happened to me this year. And I took a pretty long break from like when I started putting out music at the end of 2021. I basically did like a song every 4 to 6 weeks after that, and I was really consistent. And then just like some stuff happened with a label I was with, and then a relationship, and then I literally moved 4 times in 4 months this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's been an intense year. And then basically and then last week my father passed away, which we talked
Right.
about before we started recording. It like, and any one of these things on their own would have been like a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where like music is the thing that I turn to, that I like kind of brings me joy, that I want to spend my time doing. But when you're kind of in the state of like literal survival, like where am I going to live, what am I going to do, how am I going to survive this,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of just, it had to take a back seat for me. So this song, it was ready to be put out, and I heard it after like I hadn't listened to it in a while, and I was like, this is exactly where I'm at right now. And like I didn't have like the give a fuck energy that I usually do, like to do this
Right.
whole like rollout and whatever. It was like I'm just burnt out.
For
But
sure.
I think that that's like, so it's weird because I've been promoting it, I've been doing the thing, and I wasn't like, but like I sort of wasn't in it. Like it was like an out of body thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like that's kind of the whole point. And
Yep.
that's been the response. And like, which has been really cool, is that people are just like so relating to it, you know. And it's not like, I don't know, I feel like I'm usually such a storyteller in my songs, and this one is like kind of just straightforward, you know. It's like I don't say anything crazy. It's just like I need a fucking break. I'm sick of paying 2 grand in rent. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that. And it's like I really am, like I'm just over everything. So I'm glad, like I feel like that's kind of always what I look for when I put out music, or even like when I listen to music, just like to be the voice for other people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Absolutely.
is Pull Me Under part of an upcoming album or EP, or is it more just singles for now?
It's just a single for now. I am working on an EP. But it's sort of like I feel with like a body of work that it kind of tells you when it's done. So, you know, I'm not gonna like if I start a song and then it like it almost never takes the shape that you think it's going to. Like sometimes it does. Sometimes I'll go to write a song and I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted to write. But like
Right.
sometimes it comes out as something completely else. But I'm not going to scrap a song just because I'm like, oh, this wouldn't fit on the EP. So it's kind of like I'm just making things, and I know like the concept of the EP. But again, like I think as an artist, uh a lot of life happened, and a lot of
Right.
life that I didn't know was going to happen. So like, up until last week, the worst thing that happened to me this year was a breakup, you know. And now my life looks completely different, and
Mm-hmm.
what's on my heart is completely different. um so yeah, I I was joking about this, but it's kind of serious. Like I'm working on the EP with Tom from the Plain White Tees,
Yeah.
and he's back and forth between Malibu and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And he also, the Plain White Tees are about to put out an album next month. So that's obviously taking up a lot of time. So I keep joking with him that when by the time he and I finish the EP, it's going to be 5 years, but hopefully not. But yeah, I'm working towards it. It's just not like a giving myself a harsh deadline thing. I'm kind of just seeing how the story unfolds myself.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely. That makes sense. So you talked about Tom a couple times now. You're currently working with Human We're Here Records, who we also love. We've had Tom on the show. How did you get started working with them?
So I met Tom in like 2021. We were introduced actually by my ex-boyfriend. um and he and I just were like vibing, did a record, kind of just like to vibe. And he has this side project called Million Miler.
Yeah.
That's sort of like an 80s synth vibe. And he was like, would you care if I use this song for my side project and featured you on it? And I'm like, no, not at all. So that was the beginning. And then he and I would link up to write. Um, again, with no intention, like maybe it'll be a tease record, maybe it'll be, and they all just came out very Jordan Michelle.
Yeah.
So then at one point, we kind of just were like, let's do this.
Hell
Because
yeah.
we were just working towards an EP, um it just felt it was very natural how it progressed. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
hard for me to even kind of recap on it, because like next thing I knew, I was just a human.
Just hanging out with Tom from the Plain White Tees. Nothing weird here.
It's so funny because like one of my friends who's on the label side, not on Humans, like another label,
Mhm.
she we are at like all these shows for work, and it's all very industry. And even when we were young, I mean, like it's literally like the mecca of like being an emo kid growing up and then going to that kind of show. But like we do this for work. Like we literally made being emo a career. So it is just really funny because like at this point, like someone like Tom or like MXPX or really like any of these people who I casually see out, I'm like at like 13-year-old me would be freaking out.
Right.
So it is really cool.
Hell yeah.
Not only are you a musician, but you founded a skincare and beauty brand called By Jordan Michelle. Can you
I
tell us a
know.
little bit about the brand and what challenges come from owning a beauty brand?
So many challenges. How much time do we have? No, so okay. Well, I grew up in the beauty industry. My mom's a dermatologist,
Okay.
so I've always kind of been into like skincare. She actually had a skincare brand. She still does my whole life. And so I kind of always wanted to do that. I always wanted to have a beauty brand that was like an extension of my own personal brand. Um, and then basically like during the pandemic, I kind of jump started it. So I always thought that it would be way further down the road, but I was like, okay, well, I guess we're doing this now. And I started with makeup, even though my ultimate goal is skincare, just because it's a little bit easier, especially as your phrasing was, I funded it. So it's a lot more expensive to start with skincare, especially
Sure.
since I wouldn't be sourcing from overseas. I've talked to a few labs, and like it is an expensive thing, but I care a lot about the integrity of the product, especially growing up with a mom who's a dermatologist and a
Right.
scientist.
Wow.
So By Jordan Michelle was born. And it's really just um the challenge for me is that like it is self-funded, and I don't want an investor. Like I have wanted it to just kind of grow with me.
Sure.
So it is directly an extension of me. It's like a rock and roll lifestyle brand, and the whole reason too was sort of like I had this jet set lifestyle, like driving back from when we were young, do an interview. Like this is my lifestyle. Like get on a plane, go to an event, like be in the studio all day. Like it's just like a very fast paced life. And people would be like, "How does your skin look so good?" And so it really was just like the concept was like, "This is how I do it. This is my secret sauce," you know?
Hell yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh
but I mean, the challenges, honestly, I find that what people don't realize about being an independent artist, it's very entrepreneurial,
yeah.
which like is a grind. It is a
Mm.
grind and a half. Like you have to be self-motivated. Like it's the scariest thing in the world, investing in yourself too, you know? So I would say that's probably like the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that all the time that like I mean, trying to be an artist or a musician for your career is probably one of the hardest choices you can try to make. It's very expensive. It's
Expensive, yes.
very expensive. It's got to be like just something you can't live without. You love it, and that's why
Well,
people do it.
that's why it's like not really a choice, you know, but um I mean, you really have to bet on yourself. I know it's like the scariest thing in the world, and it is just so hard.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, well, the reason that I even got started was so I'm like trying to stay out of the sun. I don't know if you see it's like moving on me. Um, but this is like, you can't make this up. Basically, when my brother passed away, I was 21. I was a senior in college, and I was studying journalism and political science. And um, he was a musician. And when that happened, I kind of had this realization that he doesn't get to, like, he will never have his moment. His music career is never going to happen because it can't. And that sounds like a really weird way to discover that, but I kind of was like, I'm 21 and I'm choosing to be bitter for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not even attempting this music thing. I'm just going straight to law school. Like, for what? Like, so that my family will like be okay with my choices, or like, who am
Sure.
I doing this for? And it was like, would I rather have money, or would I rather like be 80 and like say that I tried, and even if it never worked out, like at least I did it? Because like, when you think about life and like all the anxieties and all the choices we have to make, like, we're just here until we're not,
Right.
and that could be anytime. So it's like, what do you want to spend your time here doing? And now that I've done it, it's like, whenever I get the anxiety about like, oh, what if it doesn't work out, what if it doesn't happen, it's like, well, am I doing it to make it?
Mhm.
Obviously that would be nice.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's
goal,
the
that would
dream.
be the best case scenario, but like, I'm doing it because I love it.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm doing it because like, what else am I gonna do? Like, not that I can't do something else. It's just like, what, I would go do something else and not do this anymore? Like, that
Yeah.
would never happen. So I think like, it's a hard choice to make, and it takes a lot of guts to bet on yourself, but like, I think at the end of the day, if it's really in you, you can't
Yeah.
turn that off.
No, it's with any sort of creative project, or even, athletes, it's like, well, what else am I gonna do? Like, this is all I've given my life to.
Right.
And and it's and when you're not doing it, which everybody goes through that too, like everybody's like, will make a time where they're like, I'm gonna be done. And when you're not doing it, it's awful, and you feel awful, and all you want to do is go back to doing it.
Yeah, and I think that there's like just this thing, like an ageist stigma that existed for such a long time, that
Hmm.
we all still really buy it. And it's like, I remember reading an interview with Katy Perry when I was probably like in high school when I read it. And it was basically like her saying that if she didn't make it by 25, she was going to throw in the towel, and like, that was going to be it. And I remember thinking, because like, at every age I've ever been, I thought that I was too old to do it. And that's starting at 14. I remember at like 19, like, crying to my mom that I haven't done anything with my life. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because also, like, at 19, like, it's so easy to compare yourself to like someone who blew up when they were 12 or whatever. And but like, now, like, being in my 30s, I'm just like, oh my God, 22. I thought that I was over the hill.
Yeah.
When I made the decision at 21 that I was not going to go to law school and that I was going to move to LA, like, if you live to be 80, God willing, like, that's 60 years. So like, you're going to throw in the towel if you haven't made it by 25. Like, you could, like, it's just so crazy. But like, when we zoom out and look at like just the pressure we put on ourselves based on our age,
Hmm.
you know?
Totally. No, I've been there multiple times. So when I hit
Oh,
27, I'm gonna be done. When I hit 30, I'm and don't make it, I'm gonna be done. It's
and at what point do we stop saying that? And it's interesting because like, I find that I'm the most existential when I'm just not happy with where I'm at.
hmm.
So like, it's funny because I remember when I turned 25, I like had a quarter life crisis. And I had actually popped off on Musically, which is like the app that TikTok is now.
Yeah.
So I had popped off, I had a huge following. Um, and I was like, I never wanted to say my age. And I remember when I turned 25, up until like the day I turned 25, I was saying I was 24. And then I popped up on famous birthdays and I thought my life was over. I was like, how did they even know? Where
Oh no.
scrubbed from the internet? And then I turned 30 last year and I like did a whole like thing about it. I had a funeral for my 20s. I wrote a song called It's My Birthday, RIP to Me, that was basically about like just laying to rest like the person that you were. Cause like honestly, like your 20s are so hard and like so overrated. And like they say those are the best years, and I'm like, oh my God, kill me now. Like if it's not getting better after this. But like I was so chill about turning 30. I think like 6 months before I was 30, I was already saying I'm like about to be 30. Like it just didn't, like most people freak out. Like I had that at 25. And now I'm getting kind of existential about my age, but just because like I've had a rough year, you know,
Yeah.
like I don't actually think 31 is old. I don't think 32 is old. Like it's literally just 1 year different, you know. But I think like that's usually what it comes down to is like those moments where you're just like if you like where you're at in life, like age is age, it's a number.
It's true. And I mean, everybody is like, age is wild now when you really think of it. Cause like, I feel like okay, so I'm 40. So my dad was 40. He looked significantly older than me. And I feel like that's the way everyone's parents look. Like, like when we see like 80-year-olds now, like, President Biden's like 80 years old. That's what 60-year-olds looked like, and like you look at Golden Girls and when they redid Sex in the City, same fucking age, it's like age is so different now.
Totally. Well, and like that's what's kind of funny too is that like I mean also like in LA 30 I feel like it's just different anywhere else. But I mean I don't even want to say that, 'cause also like I just like if you told me like that I was 17, I would believe you. Like I don't feel any different. It's just like I don't know. I feel like in previous generations there was a point where you became a grown up.
Right.
And now like I don't know. I just feel like I don't really see that shift anymore.
No, yeah. I'm the only difference now is I get like I get sore quicker. But I'm still just a dork.
I power through it, but I am always sore. But yeah, I just feel like the point is that I do believe that like the idea that you're too old to do something is on its way out. And I hope it continues to leave because like I don't know, it's funny too because I do feel better now than I did at 25. I think I look better now than I did at 25. I think I'm a better songwriter. I think I'm a better singer. I think I'm a better all-around human being, which is the hope that like you'd get better at life as you live it more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would I lead myself to believe that just because I've had more years on planet Earth, like that it would negate all those other things?
Totally. No, completely agree. And with that, because that's great advice. So with that, we're going to ask an advice question here. We got one more question before we go to a quick break. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now, whichever one is you think is the most important, that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
Oh my God, that shouldn't be such a hard question, but it is. One thing that I wish I knew when I was starting my journey. Whew.
There's so much.
Oh my, there's so much. Like I don't know if you see me short circuiting right now. I honestly think that, and like this is ironic just because like I've been in like a weird place lately.
Right.
But like when I look back, I wish that I like didn't worry so much about things. I think that like we do put this pressure on ourselves about like what things are going to look like or how long it's taking or whatever. It's just like it sounds so cliche, but enjoying the journey is really like it, because you can reach milestones all day, every day, but like the ride is life. Like that's what it all is, you know, like that's the whole time that's we're on the ride. And like the
Right.
milestones are just little moments and the achievements are just little moments. So just like knowing that like it's meant to happen the way it's supposed to happen and just to like release that anxiety and that stress, you'll enjoy it so much more.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great piece of advice. That's
As
one
soon
of
as soon as we're off this call, I'm gonna come up with like 10 different things that I'm like, I wish I said that. So I'll email them to you.
okay. But like you've already given so many great pieces of advice in this, you know, like I mean, it's this we ask everybody this question because it's so fantastic. We've done over 100 episodes now. We're cruising towards 200, and no one has ever had the same answer because there's so many different journeys.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing too, is like your journey's never gonna look like someone else's.
Exactly.
You know.
And it's great to be able to hear from all these other people about their journey, and you know, if the people that are listening can take that kind of advice and be able to apply it to themselves.
That's the goal.
That's the goal anyway.
Yeah, I always say take my advice. I'm not using it.
Yeah, accurate. I do that way too much. Feel that. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, everybody? It's Pat here. I just want to take a minute to thank this week's sponsor, Elder Emo Company. Elder Emo Company is an apparel and accessories brand based around the principle that this was never a phase, it's a way of life. For those of you that reminisce of the days when you would tease your hair, or studded belts, or bracelets, or for those of you that still do, Elder Emo Company has got what you need. They do monthly shirt drops with original artwork and are working on new emo themed candles coming to you in October. You can find Elder Emo Company at www.elderemoco.com, or you can get out there, find them at some festivals such as the Hawthorne Heights for Lovers Fest, which they were at this year and are planning to be back next year. So follow them also on their socials so you can keep up to date with what they're doing, where they're going to be at, any sales, new drops. Give them a follow at elderemo.co. And once again, go to www.elderemoco.com to get your new wardrobe today. Thanks so much again to Elder Emo Company for sponsoring today's episode. Now let's get into it. I hate to break it to you, but looks matter. Now, not in the way you think I mean it, but when it comes to logos and shirt designs, you don't want your logo to look bad. Whether you run a business or play in a band, design is quite probably not your thing. And that's okay, because luckily, at Shed and Shred Studios, design is all they do. With almost a decade of experience, Shed and Shred Studios is dedicated to working directly with clients to create the best visual products in the industry, tailored to optimize recognition of your name amongst competitors in your specific market space. If you're in need of logos, visual branding, shirt graphics, or marketing material, Shed and Shred Studios has got you covered. So visit Shed Shred MD for more info. Once again, that is SHEDSHREDMD.com for more info. And hey, while you're there, use code GET10 for 10% off at checkout when buying pre-made designs and merch from their web store. I heard that you like creative, fresh designs for shirts and your stickers. Well, at Cursed Club, they got you covered. The Cursed Club is a visual diary for what makes us who we are. And just by checking them out and supporting the brand, you become Cursed Club for life. And because Curse Club is so awesome, they're giving all of you 10% off your entire order if you use our code UnsignedPopPunk at checkout. So make sure you head on over to www.curseclub.com today and get yourself some rad new gear. And make sure you're following them on their socials, Instagram or TikTok at Cursed Club Brand. Again, go to www.curseclub.com today and use our code UnsignedPopPunk to save yourself 10% off your whole order. Now, let's get back to the show.
And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We are hopping into the best segment, the hungriest segment. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The food for thought segment.
Yeah.
Talk about food, and
you're always trying to bring it back with like some new catchy, snappy way.
Never
and
works.
You lose yourself real quick.
That's the best. I started this season talking to your friend Bob about not saying anything to me, and I've kind of just changed into just whatever comes
with it.
Just roll.
Just letting it roll.
Just let it roll.
All right, go for it, Matt.
So, being from New York City, or born and raised, and now living in LA, arguably two food titans for cities, we got to ask, which city has the better food scene?
Okay, so the knee-jerk response is New York.
It's a very New York answer.
Yeah. Everyone loves to hate on New Yorkers for loving New York. But my friend gave me a run for my money the other day, she's from New York. Sure. New York has better pizza and bagels, hands down. And I always thought of New York as more of like a food city than LA. Mm-hmm. But LA, she was like, you guys have better sushi and you guys have better Mexican food, which is absolutely true.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
I mean, there's definitely like, it's close, but I'm gonna give it to New York.
That's fair. So on that, one of the other things that this isn't even this is just popping in my brain right now, but so we also we have friends in New York, friends in New Jersey. Now, a lot of people I know think New Jersey's got the better bagels and pizza.
Don't get out of here with that. There's no truth to that. New Jersey wants to be better than New York so bad, and I don't even know where they get the audacity. Good for them, but no.
They got their confidence in themselves, And
it's delusional confidence, but confidence nonetheless. And I'm gonna lose a bunch of if I have any fans in New Jersey now. I don't, but that's okay.
It's okay. They're just from New Jersey anyway.
Yeah, I mean, who needs them?
No, just kidding. We all need you. We need you.
No, I don't hate New Jersey. It's just not New York. Yeah. Have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when Ted meets those girls and they're from Jersey, but they say they're from New York.
Yeah.
And he's making a case for why New York is better. And he's like, Sinatra was even from Jersey and he didn't sing Secaucus.
Yeah.
New York's New York. We're not saying Jersey sucks, but stop trying to make it which one? Right. Obviously New York is better.
They're both places on the East Coast. They got their
they have beaches. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. They got beaches. They got big hair.
Big hair. They've got, and listen, they have pizza and they have bagels, and I'm sure they're fine. I'm
sure they're good. I'm sure they're fine. All I can ever think about with how deep in How I Met Your Mother do you go? Because all I can ever think of is the episode where Barney can't take a bad picture, and me and my wife just always laugh. We're like, where's the chip?
That's so funny.
Because my daughter can't take a good picture. She can now. When she was younger, she used to do this thing, and only YouTube people watching can only see it, but all of her pictures, she'd be like, okay, she'd get ready and
That's so funny.
she'd fucking slam her face into her shoulder and do this like duck lip thing. And it was just always the worst. It was always the worst picture. So you'd always have to try and like trick her with pictures.
But she's made progress, and we love that for her.
She's just takes beautiful pictures now.
Good.
Yeah. We're at Target yesterday. She put on like a Santa elf hat. Took a picture.
We all went through a phase, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think I still make the same face I did in like 2003. It's just,
well, it's like all the scene kids used to do, like the same, like raise the camera up,
yeah,
like have
that's the MySpace.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like we all did that.
Oh yeah.
We all
I just
did
do the rock lips and peace. Or
yeah, we all like. I remember my generation did like the.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore, but
yeah,
but it had its moment. We thought it looked good at the time.
It still could. We'll bring it back. It'll be back.
It all comes back.
It'll be back. Like Jinkos are back now. It'll all be back.
Yeah, I guess that's why they say it was never a phase.
Right. Okay, back to food though. If you had to create a tasting menu for your music, what foods would you pair with what songs?
Oh, that's so interesting. Oh man, and I have a sign that says alien fresh jerky staring me in the face. I'm just trying not to.
And now all you can think about is just
and I'm like a little
fresh
hungover,
jerky.
you know, I'm just like
jerky.
All right. So, okay, well, the obvious one, it's my birthday. RIP to me, I think would go with like the Milk Bar birthday cake, but black with like spring, like glittery, like edible glitter, you know,
Totes.
like really cute, but also still like a birthday cake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. Okay, this is really weird, but okay, I'm really like, it's not even like what I like. I like associate things with colors, so I'm really trying to like meditate on this and just like let answers come to me.
Yeah,
Kids in Love, for some reason, chicken wings.
Nice.
Chicken
I love it. It's great.
And then, all right, never date a Gemini. I'm getting Twizzlers.
Okay.
All right, I don't know why, but
just
maybe
just the standard red Twizzlers.
Yeah, just good old red Twizzlers. Pulling me under. I'm gonna say pepperoni pizza.
Nice.
You know,
can never go wrong with a good old pepperoni pizza.
Goodbye is just a glass of whiskey with a big cube in it. But nothing too nice. It's like Bullet or less. Like Bullet. Not that Bullet's not good, but like nothing fancier than Bullet.
Okay.
And then, are we doing it for each song?
I mean, you could go as far as you want.
Okay, because I mean, well, here's the other thing, and it's because I've like had so much life happen to me. I'm like most of it, like I have so much music that's not out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm like I guess we're working with what people can go listen to.
Right.
I mean,
these are some pretty great answers you've given so far. So
I guess let's just roll with it.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. Ooh. Harley Quinn. Sour gummy worms.
Yeah. I just want to like have this should just be a meal now.
Yeah, this sounds delicious.
Yeah, this is, and like we've got beverages, you know.
Yeah, you have made an entire meal out of your music right here.
I do what I can, you know.
Killed it.
It's a culinary experience.
It is. Like now you can like you'll have this forever. You can start your own like little, food truck or something. Just serve these foods.
just like, and you listen to it.
Yeah.
Like you have to listen to the song and like have the culinary experience. But okay, the plot twist with Harley Quinn, and this doesn't exist. Like, you know, the gummy, not the gummy bears, the jelly beans that have like the weird flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Bean-
It
Yeah,
would be
like
gummy
Bean
worms, but
Boozled.
that.
Oh,
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So it would be a gummy worm experience like that. So like some of them would just be like yummy sour gummy worms, and then some of them would be like snot.
Awful. Yeah.
Some of them would be
Oh.
real worms.
It's like a gummy bear, a gummy worm made out of worms.
ugh.
That would be
Yes.
awful.
Exactly. It would be awful. And I hate worms, so I wouldn't partake in that culinary experience. I actually like I'm not a picky eater and I'm pretty adventurous too, but some things I'm just like, no, not going
But
there.
worms, that ain't it.
So like for example, escargot. I can't even bring myself to give it a chance because they're snails.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, I see these things like on like I don't know. To me, granted, you could make that argument for I guess like any meat,
Sure.
but snails like are literal bugs. It's
Yeah.
like eating a cricket to me. So I don't care how much you jazz it up, how much garlic and butter you put on it, and it's in the shell.
Yeah.
It's like they just took it off the street and like not like you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
like
No, I
I'm
know.
like okay and like good for you if you're able to enjoy that, but I see no reason for me to like even go there. So anyway, worms would be in that category for me. I'm just never ever gonna eat a worm.
Fair.
That's fair.
That's
You know,
fair.
I don't
I
care
got that.
how good you make it.
I don't care if this is the most gourmet worm in the world.
Get it
It's not
away from me.
happening.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at it.
It's not
I
fucking
don't want to
happening.
see it. Yeah,
Yep.
no, my like keep it away from me.
You heard it
Totally.
here first. Don't you dare bring worms to Jordan Michelle.
Yeah, no, but because now I've said that, and like, you know how people like have been like this dumb thing that like everyone's been like throwing shit at performers.
Mhm.
It's like someone's just gonna like bring a can of worms to like a literal can of worms.
Just a Ziploc bag full of worms.
That's like one of my like that would be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. Oh my god! Like I shouldn't like someone out there who just like really hates me for no reason. Like I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm like
You love
manifest.
worms. Worms aren't
Oh, I
to
love
fear at
worms.
all.
Yeah. Now the people that love me are gonna bring me worms. Like I just can't win.
There's no winning with this.
Your favorite band is touring through your area. They've come to you and want the best hidden spot for post-show food. Where are you sending them?
Okay, so Green Day is coming to LA.
All right.
Oh, they're coming. Okay, for post-show food. First thing that comes to mind, there's this Mexican spot on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood. And I almost don't want to I want to gatekeep a little, but I won't. It's like open 24 hours. They barely speak English. It's super cheap and it's so good. It's called Los Tacos. I didn't even know the name for like 3 years. I just knew where it was.
Nice.
But, yeah, that's like the first thing I think of.
Nice. You can't go wrong with a good taco and good Mexican
Like
food.
a good old hole in the wall Mexican spot.
Oh yeah. Those are always the best.
Yeah. And like late night, like any time of day, that place is open. So
Yeah, it's perfect.
and it's always good.
I bet Billy could get down on some late night tacos.
He feels like someone who would appreciate like a good carne asada plate, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. I can see that. Totally. All right. That is it for the food for thought segment. Now we're gonna dive right into our rapid fire question segment.
Good.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're gonna speak from the heart, which we've already been doing, so this should be easy for you.
Walking
So,
the
Speak from the heart.
fuel a little bit because I feel like I need some extra gas for this.
Oh, you got it. It's nothing to be worried about. All right, you ready?
You saw me just freak out for this like you just saw me like sweat a little bit, but okay, yes, I'm ready.
You're good. I Don't worry. All right. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mountain Dew.
Horror or comedy movies?
Comedy.
So this might not be as entertaining, but what is the most random item you have within your reach right now?
A hair tie.
Yeah, that's
Oh, actually, that's not that random though. I don't know. This
normally when we ask this, obviously people are at a desk.
Yeah.
So
actually, well, all right. I have this apple wrapped in saran wrap that I got from the United Club 2 days ago.
that's pretty random.
That's pretty random, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll with that.
All right. I like it. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Regular.
Okay, Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Lindsay Lohan.
Newfound Glory or MXPX?
I gotta go with MXPX.
Nice. There you go. All right, this is the last one, and this isn't an either or question, but it's going to test your jingles knowledge.
Okay.
Can you sing for us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
I don't think I can, but I can see it. Green, right?
It is green, yeah.
Circular, yeah. I can't sing the jingle though.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's
Like,
okay.
interview over.
That's it. Toss the microphone away. Let's go. No. Matt, you want to hit her with that?
You got it.
Oh, I'll get it. Okay. So the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle is O'Reilly Auto Parts. Wow.
You nailed it, first of all.
I know. Well, as we've been saying for a few of these episodes now, we are O'Reilly Auto Parts representatives. We're just looking for new talent. No, we're not.
This is sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's not, and it fucking should be at this point.
Okay.
We are.
Okay, at this point, you're just wasting money. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of girl math, but you just spent money right there.
I know. This is
O'Reilly, come on.
O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Come on. We are 40 episodes into this season, guys. Come on.
So many people sing your theme song.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna know the theme song. Like, this is literally like it's like a super spreader event, but for good.
Yeah. I'm not trying to poke or nothing. I think you were the first one this season to not get it though.
Really? Oh, well,
I think so. Other than Canadians.
I don't watch. Well, I'm not going to say anything negative about Canada. How can you? They're Canadians. Although I've actually never been to Canada and I would love to go, but
It's beautiful.
I don't watch a lot of TV, so I
Sure.
feel like I'm not up on my commercials. Like, I know the classics, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I do.
You know, of course, the staples, but O'Reilly maybe
I thought
is
this
that.
was a staple.
I'm here to tell you that it might be, and maybe it's a me problem.
And maybe and I was going to say you saying this to me, and maybe you're wrong, but
Could be anything.
it could be a whole bunch of stuff. But that's okay because really, unless you're gonna, you just get into that jingle game, you can make your own jingles. That's where the money is.
You know, and I know that, and I have friends that do it, and I feel like, and this might be like a cop out for me, and maybe like I should just like blow past it, but I feel like that's not where I'm creative.
Sure.
You know, like I'm not like much like of an advertiser.
Yeah.
Like I have good ideas for people, but as far as a jingle, like my brain doesn't really work that way.
Well, see, what I was thinking is since like you didn't know the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingles, it's obviously just not good enough.
Not working.
And you need to hit them with that spice.
You know what? O'Reilly Auto Parts, hit me up for your jingle needs, and I got you.
There you go. Yeah, I think this is only the second season where we've done this, but the first one we did Bagel Bites because what's more pop punk than Bagel Bites?
There's literally, I don't know why that makes so much sense,
right?
but it does.
I
And
know.
bagel bites are the most pop punk snack.
I
You're
agree.
so right.
It's the definition of pop punk snacks.
And
No,
they're
that's
pop punk too.
you're blowing my mind right now. You know what else is kind of pop punk?
Huh.
Lunchables.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of pop punk, you know?
Mm-hmm. Anything that you ate like as a kid in like our generation, this like whole pop punk generation, anything that you ate as a kid is basically pop punk. And it
Like
because
yogurt
because
goes
we
so
still
hard.
fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
the
saw-
only generation to just still fucking do all that shit.
I saw a kid have a Dunkaroos over the weekend, and I was like,
You're
"Oh
like,
man!"
bitch, what you know about Dunkaroos?
And
You
it
know
was
what
chocolate.
really hurt my heart? Okay, I was with so my drummer, who I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tosh, the drummer.
Hmm.
He's like my little brother. And so I went to his house and we're having dinner, and we're both like obsessed with Kit Kats. So I found this store that sells like all the like crazy flavors.
Oh, cool.
So I got a bunch and we're just like trying them out. And there was a churros flavor and it was fire. And I was
I'll
like, this
bet.
kind of tastes like Dunkaroos. And he was like, what's Dunkaroos? And I was like,
No.
go fuck yourself, actually.
Get out.
Yeah,
We're
get
done.
out of my house. Yeah. You
Yeah.
need to leave.
Yeah, we're done now.
Not at your house.
No, I think it's funny when you think about it though, because like I think we are one of the only generation that just continues to not let go of their childhood. Like I just went to Walmart yesterday and bought Count Chocula for myself because I needed it.
No, I see, like, I don't see any like hole in this logic though.
No,
'Cause
there's nothing wrong. It's amazing.
no, that makes sense. You needed it and you got it. And
Yeah.
they had it and that was it. That was the end of that story.
Yeah, I went there because I needed Count Chocula.
As one does.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was me the other day with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Had to have it.
I just finished a box of that, so I needed to, I had to
Yeah.
take care of the Count Chocula before it's gone.
Of course. And also, well, now the thing is, now I need bagel bites.
Yeah,
I need them.
they're great.
Of course, they're the best.
Mhm.
I can't believe like that. How did I never realize that they're like the most pop punk thing you could eat?
I don't know. I feel very like glad that I was able to like bring this to you and like
Yeah.
shed this light for you.
Thank you. No,
You're welcome.
really.
I feel like we're really connected now.
No, we really are. Like this just like leveled up our friendship, you know?
Yes.
And then Count Chocula
it.
just took it a step further.
Oh man, like because what are you gonna get? Booberry, Frankenberry? Get out of here! You're gonna get that Count
No.
Chocula.
Also, it was just so funny because last year they did a collab with Cause, the artist.
Okay.
They had these like little like cereal box Cause things that
Okay.
I have because I obviously bought all of them.
That's awesome.
Hell
Yeah. So they literally gave adults cereal box toys.
Yeah. Well,
And I love that for us.
Well, I mean, McDonald's just did that adult Happy Meal. I had to get that.
So like required by law.
Yeah. I mean, why? Of course, I want an adult Happy Meal.
Why
Oh.
wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly.
I'm literally gonna stop at McDonald's on my way home.
Get it. Go. Get it. I think they got Pokemon stuff right now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm okay. So actually, I do agree. I feel like we're the generation that's just so not willing to let go of our childhood.
Yeah, because it was fucking great.
It was a bomb ass time. No, like so I'm obsessed with Pokemon actually. I re-downloaded Pokemon Go last year. I fell off. The way my ADHD is set up is like I can't last too long, but I do love it.
Mhm.
However, I'm going to Nintendo World this week or Mario World. I forgot what it's
Dang.
called at Universal. and I'm so excited because
sounds
of
awesome.
course I'm never gonna like fully mature in my mind.
No, don't. It's a trap. That's awesome.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No. I mean, me and Matt, we played Pokemon Go too, so it's okay.
I saw the kid with the Dunkaroos was actually at a card collecting convention for Pokemon. So
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Yeah.
it's doing.
That sounds like a great day, honestly.
Yeah. See, being a dork and loving your childhood stuff, it's the coolest life you can lead.
Well, it's like to bring it full circle, like the fact that I've been able to like make being emo a career, like
Yeah.
that's like I don't know. I remember so when I was in like 7th grade, I used to wear like a ton of eyeliner just because it was like super punk rock and super
Mhm.
emo. And it wasn't because I felt like I needed to wear a lot of makeup. Like I'm not wearing any makeup right now, and I'm fine with that. Like I don't think that like it's a requirement, it's a vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
I remember overhearing these parents saying, like, oh my God, she already wears so much makeup. What is she gonna do when she's older? And like it's funny because most of the time I like don't wear anything. But what did I do? I made a career out of it and I started a beauty brand and I sell a product called Guyliner.
Yeah. I saw that and I was just like, it made me think like back in the, in the fucking earlier 2000s or 2010 or whatever, like, man, I had always wanted to do the Guyliner. I was like, I want to, but I have this thing that I'm terrified of. I can't wear contacts. Anything going near my eye, I just freak out and like I can't do it.
And
It's
funny
sad.
enough, I can't put contacts in, and the first commercial I ever did was for AccuV contact lenses, and I faked it. I've never been able to do it. I tried putting in like crazy like colored ones for a shoot one time, and I just can't do it. And I'm not weird about my eyes, so maybe we can still make the guyliner thing happen for you.
Okay.
I'll send you some. We'll go from there.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'll just have my wife do it and I'll be like, I'm just gonna close my eyes. Just
Only when it's over.
Honestly, I have a video that I posted on the brand page, and I was like, I'm gonna do a video showing like guys putting on guyliner. So I had 2 of my friends come over and we just like shot a little tutorial, and one of them was like, this is how you do it. Like he's like, you might want to cry, men should cry. Like he was like so like fuck it, eyeliner. And the other one like couldn't get it together. And then I was like, here, I'll do it. And he was like, that was it.
That's awesome.
Like we have, I mean, it's not like really like I don't know that it would actually help anyone, but we have like both ends of the spectrum. But it takes practice, but I think your wife could definitely help you figure it out.
That or my daughter. She did my wife's makeup, so
Eyeliners for everybody.
I'm in. I'm into it. I was always up for it, but like I said, I was just too much of a scaredy cat.
Well, maybe this is the push you needed, you know?
I think so. You know what? I think so. But Jordan, you did it. You finished the podcast. Now's a chance. Just let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
What do I have going on? Well, I'm definitely working on a ton of new music. I can't wait to get it done and get it out. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at I am Jordan Michelle, my beauty brand at by Jordan Michelle, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music. And yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. This was a ton of fun.
No, I really loved this, and it like definitely was a nice way to break up the drive.
Good. I'm glad that we could help put a smile on your face for
Sure. This is like a nice little break from all the life right now.
Good. I'm glad because you deserve a break.
I appreciate that. Well, that was actually also part of the reason I went yesterday. I was like, grief guilt is such a real thing. Like,
Oh,
you
totally.
think like, should I not like enjoy moments? Is like, are people gonna think I look too happy? And it's like, what I've learned from going through now, this is my second big loss, and
Yeah.
it's like, you just gotta find happiness and enjoyment wherever you can. You know, like grief is gonna be there forever, and so
It'll
any
be
of these
waiting there.
yeah, it never goes away. So like any moment, no matter how soon, it's like if you can put a smile on your face, if you could enjoy a moment, a day, do it, you know.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with doing something that makes you happy, even if other people think you should be sad. It's not up to them.
Right. Well, I'm like, I am sad.
Well, you're right.
Devastated, but like,
Absolutely.
you know, also, I mean, I don't know. My brother died 10 years ago, and I've probably like I cried about it a month ago.
Yeah.
I
It
I
never
haven't
goes away.
cried every day in the last 10 years, but it's like it hits you and it hits you, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah.
No. I mean, me and Matt can both attest that like my mom passed away and his mom's passed away too. And I mean, my mom passed away when I was 18 years old. Like it doesn't go away. It's sometimes,
Sure.
they're fucking, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest right now. Like I've been going through some shit, and last night I cried. And you know what? Like the things that went through my head, as I fucking said, I was like, I miss my mommy. It's like it doesn't go away. It doesn't stop. Like, and it's okay to think that stuff. It's okay to miss your mom, your mommy, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. People feel.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I think that's just like the weird thing about like life and emotions. Like, oh my God, I just scared the shit out of myself. I just like put my elbow on the window.
Oh, for a second, like I heard that noise and I thought somebody like hit your car or something. I was like, oh shit.
Took like 5 years off my life. Wow.
Talk about
speaking of
trauma.
death, oh man, that's this is rare form. She's doing great. No, it's crazy because like after my brother passed away, like I couldn't go out for months. Like I couldn't at all. And like, I mean, not that I'm like feeling up for a lot of things, but like I had a great time yesterday, and it's been 10 days, and it's been 10 really hard days. Like my dad and I were so close.
Yeah.
So it's not like I care less. It's just like grief looks different every time with every person, and like I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, like there's still like I mean, it's like a parent, so I get it because it's just like, you know, every time like you probably like I don't think you ever outgrow like needing your mom or needing your dad, you know, and
right.
Yeah, I can imagine like you're still sometimes dealing with that. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But people, it's okay to feel. That's that's the bottom line. It's okay to feel, people.
And feel all of it. Feel the
Yeah.
good and the bad. Because I think like that's what happens. Like you all like my friend tagged me in a video of us like dancing at Good Charlotte, and I almost was like, should I not repost this? Do I look too happy? And I'm like, fuck that.
No, yeah.
Like, you know, that doesn't negate how shitty this is.
Absolutely.
You know,
And it's
so yeah.
if someone tries to say it negates it, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah, seriously. Like, my God. But people, you know, people are always gonna have something to say.
They are.
And I think it's really hard to especially like I deal with this a lot as an artist and as like just like a public figure, just wondering like how something's going to be received or what people are going to think. And then sometimes I think you just have to be like, let them, you know, like
you can't make everyone happy.
No, and I mean like someone's going to think you're weird. Someone's going to think your music sucks. And I mean, I think like the worst place you can be, and I've been there many times, is getting really caught up in trying to make everyone like you and make everyone like what you're doing. And at the end of the day, you just got to do it. And
you just got to be yourself.
Yeah, you just have to be behind it.
Yeah, you just got to be your genuine self, your true self.
Totally.
Hell yeah. Well, gosh, with all of that, this has been one of probably the most advice-filled and informative episodes we've had in a long time. and I love it. I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Jordan, for hanging out and, you know, giving us all of that, all of the feels. We had a lot of feels today, and I love it. I appreciate
You know what? You can always count on me for some feels.
it. Hell yeah, let's go.
Well, thank you for having me. No, this was awesome.
Great. Matt and me, you all hang out with us. We're gonna dive into the unsigned pop punk news, and you'll hear that right after this jingle. What's up, everyone? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for continuing to check out the podcast. Gosh, it is almost the end of the year, and that is insane. This year has flown by.
It really has.
It really has. It's been a fucking year. But man, we're here. I hope you all have a happy holidays. And then so this will be the last episode of the year, and then there will be a 2-week break, and then we'll be back in January. So there just won't be, because the next two Mondays are, you know, Christmas and New Year's. So you're not going to listen to a podcast on those days. Let's be real. So we're going to take a 2-week break, and then we'll be back with more episodes and some just more good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's do an end of the year recap. You know, what was your favorite episodes? Like, who are your favorite guests? Let hit us up. Let's talk about that. You know, join our Discord. Let's be friends on that, and you know, anywhere, comment anywhere, like us, follow us, subscribe, all the good stuff. Just hit us up anywhere, and let's chat.
Yeah. And wear the merch. Speaking of merch, this will be the last time you'll hear about our Trevor Project gender equality shirt. We'll have our gender equality shirt, but we are going to change our sponsor for next year. So this is our last chance. Talk about 15% off of every purchase of that shirt will be donated to the Trevor Project. If you've been waiting, this is a week before Christmas. If you're looking for a gift for someone, go to our merch store and get them a gender equality shirt. First off, they're rad as fuck. They even say "don't fuck" on them.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you got many options, and if you don't even want to wear a shirt, you can drink coffee and support it. And then number three, you're donating 15% of that purchase to the Trevor Project, whose mission is to end suicide among LGBTQ youth. So help us in supporting the amazing cause and saving young LGBTQ lives.
Darn tootin', absolutely. I mean, we can't thank the Trevor Project enough for working with us this past year, and we're excited to, you know, send some money their way.
Absolutely,
it's gonna be awesome, and we're excited to find a new charity to work with for next year, because that's the plan, is just constantly be working with the, you know, charities and getting some money out there for good causes. So on that, I mean, Christmas, so our holiday very pop punk Christmas playlist is out. You should have already been listening the heck out of it, so go listen to it. Blast it on repeat. You can also pick up our very pop punk Christmas volumes 1, 2, and now volume 3, which will be out. And so awesome up and coming bands, and sometimes some of them have some of your favorite artists on there as well. So yeah, check that out. You can pick that up in our merch store while you're also getting your gender equality shirt. On top of that, Fantasy Football League, man, we're still rolling strong. I don't think that the Unsigned Pop Punk crew is in first place, but anything can happen week to week. But you know, we got lots of new stuff also in our merch store. We're always switching stuff up, getting new drops, so make sure to go check out everything that's in our merch store. And that's how you can help support what we do, because bands don't pay anything. All the services that we provide, you know, putting like people on our playlist, updating that, you know, promoting on doing all that stuff, they don't pay. We don't make anybody pay, and we're never going to. That's not what we're here for. So the way you can help support us is to continue doing that and keeping everything free. Buying some merch. It always helps. It helps spread our name, and you look good too.
Or O'Reilly, you can pay us for the advertisement we've given you.
Or O'Reilly.
You can
Hey,
pay.
let's be friends. Let's do this. And that's the way the news goes. Thanks so much to Jordan Michelle for hanging out with us today. Thanks, Matt, for a fucking great year. Thanks, Gibby, for a great year and for him being his Gibby best. Thanks to Lawrence Crowe, everything he's done this year, which has been an insane amount because that man is a busy fella. Yeah, so he does all of our work, all of our shirts, all of our merch designs, all of our anything designs is Lawrence Crowe. So if you need design work, hit up Lawrence Crowe, and he'll make your dreams come true. Thanks to Ross from Electric Kiwi as well for this past year and years of making our website and doing everything awesome. If you want an awesome website like Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block, well, Ross at Electric Kiwi did that. So go get your stuff done by him too. And yeah, that's awesome. Thank you all for listening and supporting us over this past year. It's been freaking awesome. It's been an awesome year, and we can't wait to see you next year. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.